Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So today I'd like to share with you on what is authentic Qigong. Everybody talk about Qigong, Neigong, internal art. What is it? So what happened is that in the previous week I have shared this YouTube. The notions to share this YouTube is to clarify once for all what is the real authentic Wing Chun in the 1850s. Not today's Wing Chun. Today's Wing Chun is very problematic. So due to I share this YouTube, many of our Wing Chun friends message me or put under the comment of the video asking me, oh, does the 1850s Wing Chun have Qigong or internal, so forth, so forth. See, when they ask me those questions, I know they don't understand. They don't know what it is. So today, with this YouTube, I like to share with you the entire thing. I try to make it like 30 minutes so that you put in your mind, you put in your heart, here on Wing Chuners. Don't get people bullshit you, okay? There's no point to wasting our life on this, especially uh, our Wing Chun brothers and sisters over 40 years old, when health is really important. You want to remember what I said today, okay, in this YouTube. Just remember that because what I'm going to share with you is like what? It's like the physics. It doesn't matter what people talk about this, how they design their buildings or their car. It doesn't matter how they call it, how they name it. They have to follow the Newton's three laws. So what I'm going to share with you today is that Newton's three laws analogy. You grasp this, what I'm sharing with you today. Whoever tell you about Qigong, you look into them using what I share with you to analyze them, and okay? It's not that difficult, but in past 130 years in Wing Chun, it is a complete mess because people have no idea what it is. And keeping making up stuff, and you have this Tai Chi stuff and all this thing, and Taoists and Buddhists, but none of them know what the heck's going on. That's why you never see they be able to teach you on breathing. Just very simple. You look at all the Wing Chun lineage, which one taught you about breathing in their Xiu Lim Tao? None. And yet they don't know how to breathe. That's how bad it is. So you might think that I'm saying this is to put everybody down, to step on every grandmaster. No, that's not my notions. My notions is about Wing Chun survival. It is obvious now, we know that we need to put back whatever the contents of the 1850 Wing Chun to today's Wing Chun, or else forget about it, you don't have a Wing Chun. Like today, a friend, after watching my YouTube, told me this. Oh, Hendrik, you know, it's good that you raise this point, you raise this point, you raise this point. I need to think about it more. I need to do research. And I just put flat, because this is a close friend, I put flat into his face or his eyes. I said, will you think that a high school student be able to do research and understand what the heck happened in the PhD or postdoc level? And you say no. Of course, no. Why? Because the horizon and the altitude of the knowledge and the scopes or outlook in the PhD or postdoc level is beyond what the high school student can comprehend. So how the hell are you going to do research in China or to find out the truth of Wing Chun? I said, that's bullshit. It's like a high school student. You say, I'm going to research in the truth of physics. Are you sure? Are you sure? Do you know, have you learned about quantum physics, wave theory, and all kinds of stuff, which is beyond whatever the education or whatever you see in your high school? Now, I'm not putting down anybody. I just tell you that it is a completely different platform, or you call it outlook, or you call it the scopes. So you must be kidding if you want to say that you can do research to get it through. So I told my friend, I said, whatever I share in past 1 week, you look into all the Wing Chun lineage, they all only have fragmented and they're missing the big picture or the scopes or the macro and micro details. So how can you make uh, research to fill all these things up? You can. Life is really easy. For example, for me, do you think I'm more superior than you or any grandmaster? My answer to you is no. My answer to you is no. So what is the answer? It's very simple. I clearly know that I'm a high school student. And those PhD stuff like the quantum physics, the wave theory and everything, like Schrodinger's equations and everything. When I heard about it, I said, oh shit, I don't know. So I better go to school. I better go to learn. I get a undergrad degree, go to the grad school, and learn all of this thing. How difficult is that? The issue is today people do not think that way. They have this big ego and they have this big self-righteousness. They don't even know that they are just high school. They don't even know that they are grandmaster. Like often people say, Wing Chun is based on Dai Fa Ming Gam or the Feng Xiu Qing. I said, don't give me the bullshit. Why? I just asking. You look at all the students from Dai Fa Ming Gam and all those Feng Xiu Qing. Any one of them know how to breathe? Zero. That tell me how deep their art is. It's talk. So it is very simple. We found out that there's a grad school. We don't know. Go learn. You think why Bruce Lee just quit? I quit Wing Chun is a land swimming. I just go do my Jet Kundo. Same thing. These people get fed up all this nonsense, just keeping talking about all those nonsense bullshit. Every 10 years, you get people come out and say, well, I'm going to do research and everything. As in all my other YouTube, I said, people have training 10 years, but they have no idea of what this hell is going on. And some say, well, I don't believe it. What is belief? Is Wing Chun what? A religion, a cult, a belief? 2 nights ago, I told one of my friend, no, Wing Chun brothers. I said, you know what? The instance years ago, I found out that the 1850 Shilin Tao the salutations, the probing horse momentum, and the bong sao of the second part of the uh, Shilin Tao is actually based on the Qi Ji Guang. I just feel so good. It's like I'm winning $1 billion lottery. I told this Wing Chun friend, I said, we are winning $1 billion lottery. Why don't we just take advantage of it? You know what? Qi Ji Guang is a real guy with his army in 400 50 years ago, 1560s, defeat the Japanese pirates warrior where you have jujitsu and everything, and Qi Ji Guang have this MMA and everything, formations up, and then train his army at one battle. If I'm not wrong, he actually completely cleaned up, wiped out the 2,000 or 3,000 the Japanese pirates or the warrior with the warrior there in one of their battle. And Qi Ji Guang only lost 3%. Think about it in the army, okay? So I just tell this friend, I say, you know what? You got somebody 450 years ago already make all the experiment, real life MMA and everything. Like the other day I shared on Qi Ji Guang is a type of MMA. So when people say, Bruce Lee is the father of MMA, or who is the father of MMA, I say, well, just go read Chinese history 450 years ago. And that is not sport, that is in the battlefield, okay? Sport, you can go home, you can lose, you can go home. MMA in the battlefield, and I will go home. So I said, why are you going to go keeping preaching on, oh, there's a G sim, this and that and that. Have you heard about anything Sim in the real history of China? Zero. It's a made up. Actually, Sim, that stories is is from a fictions, a fictions at the end of 1800s. Tang Hao, the Chinese scholar of martial art, pointed out. So all this Sim, all these stories are actually when all these people become the pro-Qing Red Boat, they took from the novel and then brainwash you all. Well, most people don't know anyway, you know. So, Wing Chun is based on the General Qi Ji Guang. Ask yourself, which Chinese martial arts, real martial art, is based on General Qi Ji Guang? The one thing for sure is Chen Tai Ji. The second thing for sure is praying mantis. They track it. Okay. So Wing Chun just have to what? Study what the Qi Ji Guang taught, train his army. Don't give me all those rooftop, Hong Kong rooftop fight. Compare with the Qi Ji Guang style, which is pro, right? Like the special force today in army. Are you kidding? So I told this friend, I said, Wing Chuners must, should feel very, very happy that Wing Chun is so solid. Wing Chun have so much resources, real deal. But Wing Chun is not for past 130 years. based on what this the fictions, 誤會, Jisim, and all this thing. Based on this grandmaster, that grandmaster, but those people is not even known in Canton. If you go to Canton, talk with the old timers, martial artists. So why don't you just using the general Qi Ji Guang as what I shared with you in the past YouTube? It's not mine, it's everybody's. So it's like, for example, is if your if our ancestor, ancestor is a super billionaire, should we just make up something and then make believe that happen, or we just go towards the super billionaire and say this our claim it that this is our great grand ancestor, so we learn from that. It's easy. People already have made the experiment. People have already fought it. People use their life to find out the reality, and yet now you believe in nonsense. All those people for past so many decades, people go research in China. Have anybody like here? I tell you that it is Qi Ji Guang. Why I tell you in the Qi Ji Guang? Because hey man, go learn what is the reality in the warfare, in the real fighting warfare. Not every 10 years I have a research, and then this guy said that, but none of those people is grandmaster anyway. Very simple. A litmus test. That's what I just shared with you. Everybody say, oh, Feng Xiuqing is the whatever they dictate. He says Wing Chun is his say. I said bullshit. Tell me which Feng Xiuqing student know how to breathe. Not even just any advanced level. Just compare with today's Western boxing in 1900s, the breathing. And then, furthermore, you want just ask everybody. The General Qi Ji Guang talk about momentum in fighting. How the hell is the past 130 years you keeping talking about hand techniques? So no wonder you do very miserably since the UFC fight 1996. You completely get taken down, wiped out. So that Wing Chun go learn BJJ, go learn grappling. Why? Because those hand technique stuff is useless in the real life. Okay? Even the Western boxing is momentum. So that is the notions I want to share with everybody, Wing Chuners. If you love the art, you want to have the dignity to stand up, we need to know what is going on. Instead of my Sifu say, this say, that say. In past 130 years, I never see one guy, one person who today claim as a grandmaster come anywhere close to the Qi Ji Guang and his man. So of course, 1850s in the uprising for the training that is using Qi Ji Guang's the unarmed combat fighting. Okay, this is a serious stuff. So again, it is if you have those mentality like living in the comic books, how the hell you going to know what is reality? When you face the real MMA today, of course you're going to get your backside wiped out. Okay. So the only way if you want to face today's MMA and everything is you need to bring back what the teaching of Qi Ji Guang. Then if you train that way, it's guaranteed you'll be able to at least par because that's the real world. Okay? So I'm not putting down anybody. I just say, hey man, What the heck are you guys doing? I know a lot of people is looking for money. People don't care what the heck is going on. They just want to sell their name and everything. I'm okay if people provide a good service that they make a lot of money. They deserve. But not on the expense of Wing Chun and you still sell garbage. Okay. Now go to Qigong internal. It's very simple, this thing. Whatever Qigong and internal, whatever Qigong and internal, it is just within the first four elements of the six core element. Qigong internal. Whatever people say it, call it whatever style or whatever, it is, it cannot get away from the first four elements of the six core element. Of course, the six core element is from the Wing Chun 1850s. It never is in the snake crane Wing Chun secret note like people uh, try to sell for past year. They have none of the record of this, the first four elements in details. So if you have a really uh, formal training of Qigong with a formal teacher, the authentic one, you will have to go through the physical element, like the state of open, link, and light. You will have to go through the mind element of settle, quiet, peace, which is this is based on mindfulness. And then the breathing of states of noise, panting, chest, breathing, natural breathing, low abs breathing, and then your chi, where when the chi ready, it surface and the second state, and then you can use intention to lead the chi. This is not bullshit. You can do it. Can I do it? Sure. If I cannot do it, I cannot tell you this in details. And because I can do it, there are many people who study with me can do this, even in Silicon Valley. Of course, these friends are not learning Wing Chun, but learning this part for the help, for their help. And many of them using the tracker Apple Watch, Garmin watch, because these are retired design engineer, retired CEOs, retired VPs. These all are highly educated people in the Silicon Valley. And it is just this simple. So any Qigong, one can just using this four core element to analyze it, to see uh, how what is the level that it train, and also to see what is the strength, which which element are they emphasized in. So for you call it qigong, neigong, whatever hell, it's just this four element. You just look at the four element. That's why I put this in the my book, Basic Wing Chun, Art and Science. This book, the basic Wing Chun answer. The first four core element is your Qigong, your Neigong, or your internal. If you don't have that, you really don't have anything. And yet, if you have that, it's nothing mysterious at all. It's something you can use every day. Okay? As what I shared yesterday, that it helps you to recover, and it can help you to have a protective mechanism for your body. Okay, so when you want to talk about Qigong in the very fundamental, you need to know that when people say Qigong internal, Neigong, whatever term they want to use, your mind pops up right away. Physical element, mind element, breathing element, Qi element. You ask them. So how do you train your physical element? How you train your mind element? How do you train your breathing element? And how do you train your Qi element? And how many states, physiological states is there? If you read the book Basic Wing Chun Art and Science, you say that the open is that after you're aware of your bodies, the seven bowls, every joint, you can let it open up. Am I bullshit you? Open up? No. Go read the Basic Wing Chun Art and Science book. Do exactly what it is, and you will experience the joint will open up. Until then, you don't know what is open up. That's what I just shared with you. A high school student cannot understand the PhD stuff by itself. But a high school student always can go learn the PhD stuff and they become a PhD. That's simple. But if you have ego, I know it too. My lineage have it too. My grandmaster have it too. Then you drop that. It's like when people talk about quantum physics, you don't know about it and nobody know about it. You say, my high school teacher have taught me quantum physics. As soon as I remember what my high school physics teacher told me, I will found out about the quantum physics. I will research on the quantum physics. Are you serious? How many years, how many smart people get to that quantum physics point, do you think that a single person be able to go research and find out all this thing? Just go for the easy path. What we don't know, we go learn. What we don't know, we ask. Never go through those nonsense bullshit. My lineage have it too. We have it too. What is the point? You just screw yourself. Today's Wing Chun's like that. Okay, everybody want to be grandmaster and everything, but they never see what is going on. So in Qigong, it's just this. Okay. Now I always think that hey, like Feng Shui Cheng and everything, you never teach breathing. And people might challenge me. So what do you mean? Well, I say, well, show me which grandmaster show you how about this noisy breathing states, panting breathing state, how to handle it. In Xiu Lim Tao, what type of breathing you're using. Okay. So this is the for the thing which as I put in the basic art and Wing Chun art and science book. I already formulate, make it really simple for you. Just go read it and do it as it is, and you will learn. It's just like you want to learn math, just go take a math book and just learn how to solve problem and everything, and you learn it. How difficult it is. You don't have to go to China. Even if you go to China, you will find it. Why? Because they don't know too. Serious, okay? Is that because I'm more superior? Again, I'm not. This is just from the Chinese ancestor. This today I just tell another friend, I say, it's like the entire uh, land you own is a gold mine, but you don't see it. You don't see it. You keeping living like a beggar and keeping thinking, some days if I get rich. Can you just listen to your ancestors saying that, hey, the land I leave it for you is a gold mine. Just go dig under instead of sitting down there Oh, Tai Chi have internal. I want to have this chi. You're going to go nowhere. So that's why in the past 130 years, it's go around and around. And then people come in, go learn BJJ, learn kickboxing, and say, well, this is Wing Chun. Are you serious? You think like I said that the Xi Xiaodong of China don't know that you are bullshit? They can see through what you are trained. Those are not Wing Chun. Okay? So this is Qigong. That's all Qigong. If you want to get deeper, you want to get deeper to the channel, how the Qi flow, like this one. The Qi have these directions and everything. How is the Qi flow, which is synchronized with your breathing? That's where I wrote here. In the book Wing Chun Inception, you see this is the channel. If you look at that, this is the channel in the cover. So in this book, I go deeper. I go deeper than this four, this basic fundamental four core elements. Go to the chi element, and after if you have your chi surface, or when you are healthy persons, you can know that this chi have to follow a certain pathway. So that's why I wrote that book to go through this. So Xing Qi in Dan Tian Du Meridian, the channel on that. Like in this book, the Wing Chun Inception, it also explained to you why is that in Xiu Lim Tao, you always start practicing with your left hand side, not your right hand side. There's a reason there, based on Qigong, based on Chinese medicines, based on Taoist, based on Buddhist. That is a reason why you use your left side, not your right side when you begin. Okay? And for the nurturing qi, which is in the same book here, the in the Wing Chun Inception, the nurturing qi, which is you want to, because if you want to deal with this qi element, or to get to the level, from what every level down, you want to get to this level, you need to get to the ready states. And that ready states is for free. I share with everybody, which is from the book Wing Chun Inception on this YouTube. And you can see that the heart rate, how it changed, the breathing rate, how it drops, and then how the stress dropping and so forth. Of course, we want to scientifically verify it. Or else you say, well, Henrik, this is just bullshit, right? This is education. This is not about me. So everybody need to be able to do it. And everybody, yes, you can do it if you just follow the instructions. Same thing when I go learn Qigong, I just follow the instructions of my teacher. That's how I know about the core elements and everything. When I learned the Xiu Lim Tao, 1850, I follow the instruction and keeping training and develop this. It's this simple. So that is with the Wing Chun Inception book. And if you want to get into deep into the breathing, then like in my book here, the Coding Wing Chun. Then you get into serious into the breathing. Breathing have three types in the Xiu Lim Tao 1850: the subtle breathing, the common breathing, and the windy breathing. which is here. So you have the wind breathing, they make sounds, panting breathing, common breathing, subtle breathing. Where over here, in the beginning is it tell you already. The noisy breathing is a windy breathing because when you have a windy breathing, you make noise in your breathing. And then panting breathing and the chest breathing, where you have the common breathing. So further, one step down, over in the Wing Chun decoding Wing Chun book, okay, the common breathing and subtle breathing and so forth. Only you know this, you'll be able to handle this training. You want to go for full accelerated fighting level 2 training, you will get into the windy breathing. You want to recover your body, you have to get into the subtle breathing. So, questions. This Feng Xiuqing, anybody from Feng Xiuqing student for past 130 years ever, or Tai Fa Ming Gam ever taught those kind of thing? If you don't have this, what are you doing? It is a reality. Man, it is war out there. You look at today's like Rickson Gracie, they are studying like yoga to handle all kinds of breathing. Of course, the Japanese have it too. If you don't have this, what are you talking about? Just perform your 修炼 like in the movie, Donnie Yen. Come on, those are called movie cosplay. Okay, now what? Of course, the breathing related to your intra-abdominal pressure, your diaphragm, and your pelvic floor muscle. Because in the fighting, you need to be able to use your intra-abdominal pressure to solidify, to support your core. In fighting, you want to thrust out with momentum. You carry your entire body because it's a momentum play. Weight multiplied by your velocity, your entire body have to shoot out. Of course, you need to know how to deal with your intra-abdominal pressure, which is related to your breathing. On the other hand, when you want to recovery of your body or healing your body or uh, strengthen your internal organs or help your internal organs to heal, you have to deal with the breathing and the intra-abdominal pressure too, so that you be able to provide massage with the subtle breathing. You provide massage to your internal organs while your pelvic floor muscle and your diaphragm is dynamically uh, functioning while you inhale, exhale. There, you actually massage your internal organs like the 6 healing breath. Each type of breath is massaging a different type of internal organs. And you need to know your breathing, like in your EG Ma, are you having the full breathing or you don't get it? Scientifically, you can check. And there's all this thing, breathing, all this breathing is in the book Decoding Wing Chun. If you don't know that clear, that details, how can you go say, oh, I want to do a chi neurosync training for my recovery. or I want to do fitness training, or I want to do the strengthening training. You can. So in a Xiu Tao, you have to have this in order to work with yourself internally, or with your qi, or with your breathing. So this is just another in-depth between the breathing element and the qi element. So from three books, this book is the very, very basic, fundamental. And then you want more on the channel of the chi flow, the energy flow is in this book. And then if you say, well, I want more into the breathing for the healing, for the recovery, for the fighting, then it is this book. But you don't know, you don't need all this thing if you just a very beginner. You just need to take a snapshot on this page for free. Remember these four elements, and anybody talk about Qigong, everything, you say, okay, don't give me all the terms. Tell me about what do you do? How do you train the physical element? How do you train the mind element? How do you train the breathing element? How do you train the Qi element? How do you do it when you talk? Like the other day, and people say, I am the student of this 峨眉十二庄 grandmaster, gatekeeper, all this thing. I don't care. Just tell me. You just ask them. Every element, how do you train? How can you do it? How can you get into that physiological states? If they say, huh? What do you mean? Breathing element. What do you mean? Mind element. Then you know that it's bullshit. It's selling snake oil. So the reality is like this. I know I'm saying this like the other guy saying that 100 piece off the entire world. Yeah, I piece off the entire world. I don't mind to piece off the entire world. Why? Because if you heard have you if you have heard the song "A Love Before Time," uh, this from the movie the Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon. The lyrics of that song in the A Love Before Time is my world fade away, but you stay. Meaning I'm going to die. I'm going to go away. I'm going to vanish with time. But whatever the truth have to stay here for everybody, to serve everybody. So be it I piss off everybody, every grandmaster. You guys are screwing up Wing Chuners. You take advantage of Wing Chun on expense of Wing Chun. You screw up Wing Chuners for your own nonsense. And then you get laughed at the people because you don't have dignity. People don't respect you. So today, this is a straight talk with you. Okay? If you really want, it's really simple. Come on. Just remember that term. If you don't know, go learn it. Get a legit teacher and learn it. And you can like get 10 legit teacher to learn it. And after that, you can do research. But before that, what do you have anyway? It's just like make an example that way. Oh, I am the student of this gatekeeper of 峨眉十二庄. You don't even know what the heck is snake sliding, worm moving. So you put all the bullshit name. What's good for? 450 years ago, General Qi Ji Guang do not have those room for those bullshit like today Chinese martial arts. Okay, so you want to fight Xi Xiaodong? The only thing you can do that is you brought back what the teaching of the General Qi Ji Guang, where he trained his student, uh, not his student, his army. Then you can par with Xi Xiaodong at least. Okay, there's technology versus technology. Win or loss, that you have human. Everybody have their their strength and weakness. But at least that you can par with Xi Xiaodong on what is the training. If you never par with Xi Xiaodong on the training, how the hell are you going to fight that guy? Sure, win or loss have a personal weight there, right? Personal conditions. Not everybody win. Not everybody lost. There's a probability there. But you have to have the same level of training, at least the par training, or else it's like you're getting somebody who trained in a shooting arrow, go making war with those people who have using machine gun. Who's going to get killed? So this is to share with you, okay? Qigong is just this. Ask the questions every time when people talk about Qigong. Don't tell me about Qigong or the name of the Qigong, the style of the Qigong. Tell me how do you train the body element or the physical element, the mind element, the breathing element, and the Qi element. Tell me how, step by step, and how to get there and how it is like. Just ask that question. So it's only this four things. Ask them, how did they train their physical element, their mind element, their breathing element, their chi element? Don't pay any cents or any money if they don't cannot be able to tell you. You train your mind element, your body element this way, as what I shared with you just now. How to open it? How to open all those joints? Like in the book, tell you how to do it step by step, and then how to train your mind again step by steps. And you must have that experience. Not 10 years later, okay? The most is within 20 hours. 20 hours of training, you get there. Okay? Now, breathing element, 20 hours. Chi element is tougher, but you still be able to sense it within 20 hours for the very basic. Really simple. If you go learn how to drive a car, how many hours will you be able to go the highway? 30 hours? If you train, you know, taking a driving license, driving school lessons, 30 hours. Well, then the Qigong must be able for you to experience the really basic, the proper way within 30 hours. If not, walk away. It's bullshit. The Chinese are selling a lot of bullshit today. In the Wing Chun, the same a lot of bullshit. Or the Xiu Lim Tao internal, I have to do this, do that. The entire thing's violating the physical, mind, breathing, and qi. It's just like people doing qi sao this way. How the hell is that proper? You violating the physical, you violating the mind. Not to mention that you don't have breathing there. So how is the qi? When you have your your wrists always are doing this when you're doing your your this Tan Fok Sao and Tan Sao, these are Fok Sao and Wu Sao, like the three playing Buddhas. You always lock your joint like that. How will there be chi there? Chi is not going to flow properly when you do this kind of stuff. Doesn't matter you do this, you do this, you do this. It will blocking the chi, and it will also block the physical element. So this is a straight talk. We don't have much time now. If you really want Wing Chun based on this ancestors' teaching, don't base on me or my lineage or whatever. Those are nonsense. You want to base on science, like based on physics.